Book TV is asking, what are you reading?
Babe Buchanan, what are you reading?
I've got two on my desk ready to be opened. One is the one by John O'Sullivan, the new book by John O'Sullivan, The President, the Pope, and the Prime Minister, which I think will be fascinating. And the other one is Charles Murray, Real Education, which I think is a very important book to take a look at and to see what we can't do to learn a little bit more about the possibilities out there for education of this country.
What was your most recent book?
My most recent book was the Extreme Makeover of Hillary Rodham Clinton.
And how did it sell?
It did well. It held its own out there. Unfortunately, it came out with a number of others, which had a much more liberal bent, and so the press favored them. But it held its own, but most importantly, I had an incredibly good time writing it. That was my first book, and I'm looking at writing another one. But it was very intense, you know, every single day, getting yourself to sit down in that chair for 8 to 10 hours, did a lot of reading, learned a great deal about Hillary, and it was a very, very interesting experience, quite honestly. I enjoyed it.
Are you working on another book?
I am. I have one book that's in process that is on the conservative movement, future of the conservative movement, where we should go at this stage. And the other one that I'm looking at doing, and depending on what the publisher says, we'll see which one is first here, is about being a single mom, raising children as a single mom. And I think as a conservative, I take a special interest in this because so many conservatives, as I was raising them, I'd see them on television explaining to me that I could not succeed. That it's, you know, you have to have the whole traditional family or you can't succeed. The kids, they'd always throw out the statistics. It's, 13 times as likely they'll drop out of school and 10 times more likely they'll get into drugs and things. And I used to think that at some stage I should just serve the marijuana for dessert because there was no way I was going to succeed. But I think the other message has to be out there, the one that's very positive, and that if you really focus and do everything you can, because circumstances are that there's millions of single moms out there. We as a movement can't say you can't succeed. We've got to show them how to succeed.
Babe Buchanan, we're here at the Conservative Political Action Committee's annual meeting in Washington, D.C. Is there a conservative author or two that you can think of that you would recommend to people?
Sure, my big brother always comes to mind. I really think that Pat has done an incredible job. He takes issue after issue and he lays it all out there and explains it and bases it on history and trends and philosophy and principles. So there's, it's interesting. At times I'll be called to speak about some issue, maybe free trade. I'll just go right to Pat's book and pull it out and start reading. It has examples in there and it has the arguments. It's really very, very brilliant, and I consider him the intellectual leader of our movement.
Babe Buchanan, thank you.
For schedule information and descriptions of our programs, log on to booktv.org. You can click on the Viewer Input tab and email us. Tell us what you're reading and what you think of our programs.